Hello, everybody. My name is Edward S. Redcar. I am the host of Edward S. Redcar's Entertainer Chat, and I have the absolute awesome pleasure today of talking with Isaiah Seward. He's has recurring roles on NBC's New Amsterdam, CBS FBI, and stand-up and comic singer and well, I'll just let you say hello to everybody, Isaiah. How you doing today?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's doing great. It's
That's
great
right.
every day.
Yeah. Before I go any further, I have to say, am I pronouncing your last name right? Because I want to get it right. Seward?
Yeah,
Okay.
you
Okay.
might be one out of like 990 people that actually pronounce it that way. Usually people say Seward or
Well, I'll tell you, my last name is Asredkar, and I've got lots of experience pronouncing names. So people have a hard time pronouncing my name all the time. So my name is 8 letters long. Yours is shorter, so yours is a piece of cake. Your
awesome.
last name's okay. What I usually like to start off with, since everybody has a different path to their career where they are now, I'll ask you. How did you get interested? How did you get interested in acting?
Uh, I I have to say, like, I mean, I did like plays when I was a kid, but
Okay.
it wasn't like something that it was just something, just an art to do it. You know what I mean? It wasn't necessarily I was thinking that far ahead. But
Right, 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 right.
really, I got into music, man. It was music was the first thing that I was really into, and I actually did it for a living, like art I did for a living. And then one of my friends, he was like, man, you should go down to central casting. And I was like, man, I'm not going to central casting. And I was like, I'm not an actor, I can't do that. And
Yeah.
then I took him up on the offer, like, just to see, because I don't
Right.
like to. I'm a strong believer that condemnation without investigation is ignorance. So
Oh, definitely.
I wanted to check it out.
Mm.
So I went and I checked out Central Casting at first, and then I got on the first show I ever got on was Restaurant Stakeout. It's like one of those. It's one of those like those shows where you have a plant. It's fun, but
Right, right, right. It
but
sounds
anyway,
like
so
fun.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
fun. And so I was like, and that's the reason why I kept doing it. But as far as like the first time I actually got to, really act and everything, I was actually
Okay.
background
Okay.
act. And
Okay.
I was on the show The Nick. And I was a little bummed out because it's my last day. And I was like, okay, it's the last day. I'm just gonna make the best of it. I was like,
Right,
you're on
right,
a
right.
TV show, just make the best of it.
Yeah.
And somebody, it was their first day, and they were pantomiming, but their pantomiming was like they were like doing that. And I was like, no, man, say
Sort of like a bad movie, right? Trying to
yeah. I
mix
was like, I
the
was like, say actual words, and then he was whispering. We went through a whole lot, and we got it together. But they moved us over to an area over by the bar scene, and
Okay.
during a take, I got up out of my seat because I fidget a little bit,
Right, right.
and I bumped into the lead of the show.
Oh, that's
So
not.
I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, my bad, man. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm thinking you about to go home tonight. Yeah.
Pick,
But
yeah, pick up your
they're
paycheck
like,
on the way
you,
out.
we don't need you. You can just stick around for this scene. But it ended up being Andre Holland,
Oh,
and
oh,
which was
oh.
really cool. And because he was awesome about it. He was like, "No, don't worry about it, man." Then here comes Gregory Jacobs, the AD for Steven Soderbergh,
Okay.
comes around and he's like, "We're gonna try something. You're gonna do the same thing. He's gonna bump you. You're gonna react to it." And
Right, right, right.
he was telling me the monologue and stuff like that. So that happened, and they clapped afterwards, and I didn't know what it was. I was like, "Why are they clapping?" I'm walking through
It
like
can't be me, right?
I was like, it's not. It was, but it worked out, and
Yeah.
I
Oh,
decided I wanted to be good at it. So I was like, okay, I need to get some training, so I'm actually good and not just a hack, you know.
yeah,
And
yeah.
and it went from there.
Yeah, yeah. Well, like they say, then the rest is history after that, right? Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully
Good.
people.
Well, good history, not bad history, but the rest
That's
is
a
good
good.
history. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, that's yeah, that's fascinating, awesome, and everything. I mean, how everybody's career paths lead to a different place, and
Oh yeah.
I've got to admit that I've got a little sheet here. It's well, I call it a cheat box. So I can remember things. I got a good memory. I'm not that good, but every once in a while, you know. So
No.
yeah, notes, not Cliff Notes. Remember Cliff Notes?
Yeah, I remember Cliff Notes.
Everybody remembers
It got
Cliff
a
Notes.
different like a different name, different brand, but it's still the notes though. But
Oh
it's
yeah, it's still yeah. Was there? Well, back in my day, I mean, way back in my day, it was like hard copy, paperback. You know, you go in the bookstore. Oh,
yeah,
let's say for example, where's the Cliff Notes? Where's the Cliff Note today? Heck, Google and type and everything. Boom, everything comes up.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
True.
yeah. I seen on your Instagram profile page your description. I mean, I found that interesting and fascinating. It says I want to get it right now, so I'm going to read it. It says you're a songwriter, film composer, complicated human, and an aspiring time traveler. Now, songwriter and film composer. I says, oh wow, neat. You know, he's diversified and everything. But then when I got to the last two, it says complicated human and inspiring time travel. Could you kind of go into a little bit more what complicated human you're referring to?
Well, yeah, because complicated human just basically I think like a lot of us are most of us are probably complicated humans, but
Oh, without a doubt, yeah.
We look on the surface, you know, for most people it's like the iceberg thing. And there's just more to us. It's funny because I just went and I spoke to there was a group of kids at this school or whatever. I think it was yesterday or the day before.
Okay.
And that was one of the lessons was the iceberg thing. But anyway, bringing it back to complicated humans, just because it's like I think that there's so many layers, and what people see is what they see on television or what they're exposed to. But you know, there's more to everyone. You know.
Oh, definitely.
And there's a lot going on in here. So
that's right. Just like they say, peeling the layers off the onion, right?
Exactly.
There's something else always underneath there, always underneath there. Yeah. Yeah. You know, then the other thing that I wanted to ask you, it says, now this really got me intrigued. I says, I got to know more. Aspiring time traveler. You got the floor. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You know what it is? I'm a sci-fi kind of nerd.
Okay.
Where I will watch, which is cool now, but it wasn't cool when I was but like so like anything like Stranger Things or anything like that.
Okay.
Which is not time travel, but it's sci-fi.
Yeah.
Or, things where I liked Quantum Leap back in the day.
Yeah.
Now, oh man, I can't remember.
Did you ever remember a program? This was quite a few years ago. What was it called? Was it called Quark? Did you ever hear? It was sort of like a science fiction spoof. It was like a weekly sitcom. I mean, it wasn't like with a studio.
Oh, I'm gonna look it up now. I will be googling this.
look up Quark. Quarck. I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. Let me put it in my phone real quick. But yeah, I think you're right. Quark.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but I will now.
Yeah. It was like a regular weekly network. I forget what network it was on, but it was like a regular weekly network show, like a comedy, and sort of making fun of the serious sci-fi, like Star Trek and all the rest of them, and it was Star Galactica with Lauren Green, which I never thought I'd ever see Pa Bonanza riding a spaceship. You know, I mean, that blew my mind.
Speaking of that, it's funny because you associate that person with the show or whatever. Like there's certain actors like regardless of what I do, I'm gonna that show.
Oh yeah. I know. Yeah, and any minute there when Lauren Green was on Battlestar Galactica, any minute I thought that it's like I thought Haas was going to come in from the back dressed in a space suit and a helmet or something. I was like,
They could do a mashup. They could do a mashup.
yeah, yeah. Little Joe would come out defending himself, pew 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 pew, like that. So, but I digress. I digress. It's up to you to digress, not me. So
Okay.
let me move on here. I also noticed on your Instagram post that you post well, not a lot, but a good amount about like hiking and the outdoors, like down in the Mid-Hudson Valley,
Oh yeah.
New York State, the Hollywood sign, Venice Beach, and all other kind of places. And from one of your posts, I know that you started hiking not too long ago, maybe within the last year. And I was just wondering what got you interested in that? The outdoors and everything like that.
Definitely my friends.
Okay.
Like honestly, I had never been hiking before. The Hollywood sign one that was the first time I went hiking.
Yeah.
I didn't realize, first of all, I thought it was a piece of cake because they took me on the easiest one the first time, where it's like a steady.
Sure. Build up your confidence and then let you down. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the other one, I was like borderline, like reaching for the next step. So I was like, okay, but it was worth it just to get the view of the sign and everything.
Oh yeah.
I was like, wow.
I've got to ask you, when I seen that post, when I was out there not too long ago, I wanted to drive that like meandering road, like up the mountain there, and kind of parked off to the side. There was a lot of people up there, and I could see people hiking down in the distance down the hill there. Now, were you? Because I see where you were standing was like on the edge of like a sandy cliff there, and I was just wondering, was that spot like off of the road that leads up there? Because I parked my car off to the side, and there was like a big sandy spot where everybody, was like taking their pictures. And I was just wondering if you were in the same spot.
Well, actually, yeah, it probably it wasn't on the road. Oh, yeah, it was
no. What's that?
It's like a dirt path.
No, it was like a big sandy lot that was like off.
Oh, you're talking about, yeah, it was a cliff because I was scared to get closer to the cliff. They took the picture and they were like, back up a little. I was like, this is good right here.
Yeah. When I seen that picture, I says, my gosh, I says, Isaiah, he's awful close to the edge. I says, he better watch if he kind of backpedals a little bit. He's going to go all the way down.
Trust me. There was I did that hike or whatever, and then I ended up doing, I thought all hikes were like that, where it would just be like, okay, it's a little walk. I was like, it's no big deal. I went to Cold Spring in New York or whatever.
Okay, yeah, I've been down
the mountains that they have there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was different. It was an incline for the first mile, and my girlfriend at the time didn't tell me, but it was a 1 mile. The first mile of it was an incline. Because all I asked is I'm not going to have to climb anything because I'm not sure I can climb. And she was like,
no, it's going to be all flat, right?
The incline was like, I was like walking like like I was climbing.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of fun though. A lot of fun.
Yeah. I was going to say, when she didn't tell you there was an incline, say like a few days or maybe a week beforehand, maybe the two of you maybe had a little disagreement, and she'll say, I'll get him sometime. Today is the day. I'm gonna make him think everything is on the level when it's like that,
I played it off though, because I had a backpack. Of course, I'm like, I'm gonna be tough. I got the backpack. Don't worry, I got, so I put the backpack on, and and that was, I think, making it worse. But once we got to an area where it leveled off, and the view.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. I still didn't get close to the edge though.
I know you You were like that. I mean, that's the way it looked on the photo. I says Isaiah is going over that cliff. He's like that. He's
It
that
was
close to it.
terrifying. Just
Yeah. So you must have been at the same spot where you can look down the cliff and there's like a great big lawn down below. It's like a park or something. I don't know, maybe.
You mean on in Cali or
Yeah, in Cali, where the Hollywood
Oh yeah,
sign.
there was houses over the cliff. Like
Yes, yeah, I remember that. Now that you mention it, I remember that. Yeah,
it's
yeah.
wild because you don't realize you're that high up. And then like I
No,
was
you don't.
like bird with eagles and I think it were eagles. Eagles or hawks or something or
Or
whatever. I don't know
whatever.
what
Yeah,
they were.
yeah,
They were huge. And I saw them up close for like the first time. I've never seen not
yeah,
maybe
yeah,
so it was amazing.
yeah.
And then you can see the whole of Los Angeles. Like
Oh
that.
yeah, that's right. You turn the other way there, and you got everything all. It's like the whole valley all spread out there before you. Yeah, it's a great.
It really does make it like it made it worth it just to stand up there for a while or whatever. Plus, I'm starting to try to get like more, outdoorsy. I went camping.
Oh
So
yeah.
so
Well,
I like
there's like even where you are now. I mean, geez, there's tons of like hiking trails. Let's see. When I used to live down there, well, I lived like in the lower Hudson Valley down there, and I belonged to a hiking club, and they used to go hiking like in the Catskills, even down in New Jersey. I think there was this one place, this one lake. Is it called Greenwood Lake down there?
I that sounds familiar.
Something like that. I mean, green something or wood something, but that's all. I mean, that's all I can piece together. But it's like we had a hike down there, and I mean,
It's a lot more fun than I thought it would be just to be out there. I mean, you're basically doing what you did when you were a kid and
that's
you're
right.
exploring. You know what I
That's
mean?
right.
It's a lot of fun. We ended up singing songs in the woods.
Oh
We were
wow.
going, it was a karaoke night. So, it ended up being that way, but it was fun.
It was a karaoke day in the woods, and then a karaoke night at night, right? Karaoke.
Yeah,
Let's carry this party from the woods into the nightlife. Let's just
true.
transition, you know. But yeah. Um, Also, I was going through a few more Instagram posts, and I see you're like a big big sports fan, like football and basketball, college basketball. Is it now? I know I see
Um,
your posts for college basketball.
oh no, the college you might be thinking about the voiceovers I do with ESPN. I am a big college basketball fan.
Yes.
My team is not very good this year yet,
Okay.
because
Yes.
maybe we'll turn it around this year.
Right.
But I'm a big
Are you at
UNC.
liberty to say what that team is?
Oh yeah, UNC.
Okay.
I had to stop myself because I got to do the voiceover for the UNC Duke game.
Cool.
And that's a big deal.
Oh yeah.
I went in there and when I did it, I was trying so hard not to be like UNC Duke. You know what I mean?
But my allegiance isn't towards them one bit. I'm just
I know, like UNC.
UNC
Duke. Yeah, like you did it. That's perfect.
That's right.
It'd be like some other team.
Yeah,
but,
I can kind of tell that's where that was going. UNC, Duke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun. They really do. They're really fun to work with, and I never thought I'd be doing this. Some of the music background sort of helps to be able to do the voiceovers.
Oh yeah. Having all that experience there, that definitely comes in handy. So it's like sort of like an easy transition. Because I do, voiceover sometimes myself. And like years ago, I was like in college radio and it says, gosh, I says, this is like college radio, only it's voiceover. I mean, what's the difference? You're talking to the blank wall in front of you with a mic. What's the difference, radio or voiceover, So yeah, no, I totally get that.
It's funny because you don't realize how many people are not accustomed to speaking on a mic. Like I've had people come over, to the studio to record and stuff like that. and it's their first time being on a mic, and you see, oh, this is a skill. You know, not it's nothing bad about them because if it's
no,
your
no, no,
first,
no, no. They're not, yeah, they're not used to it.
but you're like, wow, and you don't realize even as an actor the skills that you have accumulated over time.
Right,
To be able to
right.
do certain things and everything.
Oh yeah. Well, the problem is I think people that aren't used to speaking on a mic or something, they get self-conscious because when they're just talking like between you and I like this, blah 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 blah. You blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's what happens.
Yeah. I know. I'm laughing because I've seen it happen. Like,
I know
it's been a recent issue. No.
No, I know. It's absolutely. I mean, it's not funny because the person is like petrified.
No, but it's because they'll have you realize it's a great voice that somebody might have, but until you learn how to channel it,
yeah,
it's kind of. I've seen people with great voices. I'm like, wow, you really should, try out voiceover, and of course they can learn it, but like you have a great voice too. So
yeah. Well, thank you. Yeah, and you got a great voice too. I can imagine you doing all different kind of voiceover, sports and.
Hey, I'll take any of them they like to give me.
The door is always open, or the box, the top of the box is always open. Pour in whatever you want, and I'll dig in there and see what's going on.
Yeah.
The bigger the box, the better. The bigger the box, the better. Talking about sports, I have to get this right. You're a Bears fan, right? The Bears, right?
Yes.
I kind of thought that from your post. Yeah.
Because it's always well, we got the #1 pick this year, and they're going to do a lot better, I think, next year, hopefully. It was a hard this season, but it's been a hard 20 years.
Well, New York State, it's like, we got two of them. We got the Bills, and we got the Giants, and we got three of them.
Yeah.
So
2 of them are good.
Yeah. I was not expecting that, but that's true. Two of them are good, but do we dare say which one isn't? I don't know.
I think people know.
I don't know.
I think you know.
I don't know. I don't.
Oh, sorry. Hold on.
See, you were laughing. You were laughing so hard that you knocked your camera off the table.
Oh, that was funny.
No, but I was going to say, who is EOS? I don't know who he is. Is that a new participant in it? We've got Edward S. Rickard, the host. We got Isaiah Seward as one of the participants. Now we got EOS webcam. I says, well, I never heard of that name before. Do I start calling him Mr. Webcam or hey E? But that's I digress. So with the Giants, and we'll leave the subject of the 3 New York teams, the 2 of which are good, but do you envision the Bears, I don't know, say maybe within the next 5 years, like taking it all the way, or what?
I could see them. They have a lot of I'm a diehard Bears fan, so I know way too much information. But they got a new president, or GM, a new president, new GM, and the #1 pick next year. They got a quarterback because Justin Fields, I think, is good, but they got to get somebody for him to throw to, and somebody, just other people, and please have somebody to block.
Mm-hmm.
Good, and I was like, I don't want him to get hurt, so just
you can have the best arm in the world, but if you don't have anybody to block, he's going down.
You can't throw from the back.
He's going down. Yep. Just like with the Packers, Aaron, excellent quarterback, but sometimes the line kind of opens up and a couple of people come through.
I'm not going to say I don't celebrate a little bit when that happens. Oh, no, I don't want him to get hurt, but
No,
But
no,
still,
yeah, I think there's kind of a similar train of thought in a lot of people in that direction, but no, of
yeah,
course
it
not.
make us tribal with with the football games.
Oh
No,
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
never want him to get hurt though. But he
Oh
is.
no, no,
I,
no.
I'm upset though because we had a chance to draft him,
Isn't
but
that something? Isn't that something? Yeah.
it's wild how we how teams they'll miss on somebody because you never know.
No,
There's so
no, you
many
don't. You
you
don't.
know
And
there's so
and
many different things.
and
Fact.
and that happens a lot of times. I mean, not only with him, I mean, like across all sports, like years
Yeah.
and years ago, the '69 Amazing Mets of
Mhm.
'69. I heard once that it. Let's see, I forget now if he was on the pitching staff when they won the World Series, or maybe if they released him after their World Series year. Um, Nolan Ryan, who's with the then it was the
Alvin Ryan.
Nolan Ryan. He was with the Angels, California Angels. At that, they were known as the California Angels back then.
Yeah.
Nolan Ryan, excellent pitcher. I mean, he's like a straight out strikeout.
Fastball.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's like one of the
And
first guys to be throwing like 100 miles an hour, like it's nothing.
yes, yes, yeah. So what like so,
Like, yeah.
yeah. But anyway, the New York Mets had Nolan Ryan, and like I says, I forget if they still had him in the Miracle year or if it was after, but they traded him to the Angels, and it's like, why, why?
It's
And
just, a lot of times the people don't know who they have. I mean, they have people are experts and they do their job and stuff like that. But it's like you can't tell if this person's going to have something in their life happen.
no, yeah, I know that's true. Well, maybe he might, he might not
But
have
Nolan
been.
Ryan, though, come on.
No, I know. You don't mess around with a Nolan Ryan. I mean, if he's
No.
no, you don't touch him. You give him his own locker, way away from everybody, so he can like zone in and say, "Okay,
Exactly,
let me
right?
picture what I'm going to do." But yeah, no, you don't get rid of anybody like that. And I bet you, after they got rid of him or traded him or whatever,
Probably good for everyone.
I bet you they were kicking themselves every year after that.
Oh yeah. Anybody with
They
either
go.
the name Nolan or Ryan probably got drafted after that. They were like, we're gonna keep him. It didn't matter what it is or whatever. So
No, 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 no. And yeah, like I says, that happens time and time again.
trust me,
Well,
the Bears, we also could have had Patrick Mahomes. If you remember a couple years back, we traded up to get Trubisky.
yeah,
Could
yeah,
have had the guy that's in the Super Bowl like this year.
that's
And
right. That's
pretty
right.
much every year he's been in.
That's right.
Like, oh, we could have had
They're
that.
probably saying, "Why did we do that? Why did we do that? Why did we
And
no?"
just for extra fun, we traded up to get Trubisky and not Patrick Mahomes.
Just for the yeah, just for the heck of it. We thought we'd see what would happen if we traded this guy for that guy. Maybe we'll end off better, but no. In comparison to all your on-stage film, visual acting, is your voiceover and audiobook work about the same, or is one more than the other, or how does it stack up?
I I think I've always been like just a performer. So I'm never going to say that. I don't think I'll ever say it's better than actually performing on stage because that's everything. That's the
Oh
voice,
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah,
body,
definitely.
that's the audience, and you can't
Yeah,
replace that. Like actually that's the thing that attracted me to acting was the theater aspect of it because it's just like the aspect of getting an immediate reaction from the audience is
right.
it's just like music when you're doing a
Oh
concert.
yeah, yeah. We feed off of it, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it's there, and I think so. I think as much as I love voiceover work, and it's been very good to me, but
Mhm.
I kind of like either the camera being the audience or there being an audience because I love TV, film too.
Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, I can't pick. It's like picking. I don't have any kids, but it's like picking one of your kids, I guess.
Yeah, right. That's the
But
same thing, right?
but I did get a chance to be a part of This Is Ear Hustle, which was the audiobook that got nominated for Silver Award.
Oh,
And that's the reason why I got to go out.
congratulations. Yeah.
Hey, it was out of the blue. It's one of those things where it's a job that you did a gig, you did the work, and you know, with us, you know, actors, it's like you kind of just move on to the next thing. And
That's
it was
right.
it was a full year later.
Wow.
And they reached out to me and they were like, "Would you like to go?" I was like, "Yeah." They're like, "We have a ticket for you if you want to go."
You don't have to ask me twice.
I know. I was like, "So don't go or go." And it ended up being amazing because I got to be on the lot, the Warner Brothers lot, which to me, I was like, that's, you know, the little tower. I was like, "Oh, the tower."
Yes, yeah.
There, you know. And so for me, it was like a surreal experience just being on the lot.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
But and then I met a lot of cool people. I met some people that came from the East Coast too to go out there. So
Okay.
I met a guy that won one of the awards, and he was at like the light stop. We were leaving, and he was amazing. He won one of the awards. I didn't know when I talked to him, but afterwards, I was like, "Oh, his picture came up, and I was like, he won an award." Okay,
Wow.
but it was amazing. So many people there, and it's my first time actually walking a red carpet of that magnitude.
Cool.
And you know, the picture was it showed. It's my first time. No, I was like, yes.
You're supposed to promote yourself, not to unpromote yourself.
No, but it was.
You've got to keep convincing us that you're as good as you are. You know.
I was geeking out when I was there. It's funny. A lot of people were like, you know, they were, you know, the people in, like, everybody was dressed in gala attire. So, you know, it's women with these beautiful long dresses, and and the guys with all tuxedos and suits and stuff.
Right.
And I came there with a little bit of fashion too. And
there you go.
It was really cool. It was really cool.
I can't do it as good as you, but that's my best impression. So
no, but it looked. I immediately knew what you were talking about. But it was just fun being around that many people that were motivated to do the same thing you're doing.
Yeah.
Conversations we had, and then just seeing people, it inspired me because I just saw a lot of people that won in the moment while it was being announced, and just it was genuine joy that you would see from people when they won. So we were high-fiving and all types of stuff. It was fun.
Yeah. Well, probably they were thinking all of their years of hard work paid off, right? I mean, this was worth all the sweat and sacrifice and and everything that they did, to get to prepare them for this. Yeah.
And it shows that, like, you know, in all of our careers and stuff like that, it's like you go through so much.
You do.
People telling you you're not what we're looking for. No. And you know, and that in some way you can look at it as being a good thing, because if that, you know, if it's not a good fit, I'd rather somebody tell me.
That's right.
And you know, we not waste each other's time. We
That's
move
right.
on.
That's right.
And usually it steers you to something better, you know, or that better fit for you, you know.
Oh, definitely.
But it's tough. So when you get those moments to celebrate, it's like,
that's right.
Live it up.
That's right. That's right. I know. I always think to myself, like, this business is like feast or famine. You got to rejoice in the feast and just be patient during the famine, something like that.
I like that. I might steal that.
You can't, because it's on tape. I've got the proof.
Oh, yeah. Like, no.
If we use it, I mean, there's got to be some kind of contractual arrangement along the way somewhere.
We'll put like the little C,
this is going to be on this is going to be on YouTube. YouTube lives forever.
It will be too. 20
right.
years from now, YouTube will still be around.
Years from now, when I'm in the Actors Old Folk Home, I'll say, "Well, I remember talking to Isaiah Seward on February 2nd, 2020 and 23.
Stole my idea.
Yeah. you'll probably be sitting in the next rocking chair right next to me, and we'll be reminiscing about today. Don't
Oh, I
you
didn't.
know? Don't fool yourself. We'll all be there in the old folks' home.
Yeah, we will be
That's
at some point. Yeah.
right. That's right. That's right. But no, red carpets are definitely way up there for all the
Oh, it
hard
was.
work and everything we do. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, and even though just to be a part of and I wasn't even a huge part of the project. I just believed in it, and I thought it was a great a great audiobook and the subject matter and stuff like that. Which
Oh yeah.
it's just one of those things where it's like sometimes you never know how great something is going to end up being. I mean, look at New Amsterdam. I didn't expect it to be.
Oh,
It ran for 5 seasons. That's
yeah.
most shows. You'd be lucky if you get 1 or 2. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I know there's a lot of competition out there, and I think maybe, well, yeah, compared to what years ago when comedy series, like taking a comedy series, for example, I mean, my God, they'd run for what, 10, 15 years or something. But yeah,
yeah,
today's world is way different, way different.
I think it's because people just have too many options. Oh, not too many, but they have so many options.
Well, yeah, I was going to say that. Like before, what years ago, you had the 3 major networks, and there was none of the.
And cable was like, if cable shows was kind of like a little bit like, oh, okay, it's like local TV type thing.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
But now everything is just so global with the stream.
I know there was even a thing years ago, like on different talk shows, didn't matter what network it was on. I think maybe back then the networks must have had like an agreement where if you were being interviewed on one network, you couldn't mention, even if you were on a well-known program like for another network. I mean, it was like taboo. You don't mention it.
They even it was funny because I saw somebody do it on a show. Now they don't even care.
No, they don't.
I was watching a sports show, one of those sports debate shows.
Yeah.
And so they're going back and forth, and then they mentioned something on a different network, and he's like, "Oh, this is on a different network," and he was actually complimenting one of their like shows.
Oh, okay.
Which would never have happened before.
Yeah.
I mean, it's actually kind of good because it means that we having options and stuff like that, we have competition now. So you have to have a good show. The quality gets better.
That's right. That's right. Well, like even I'll take it a step further. You were saying about on another network and everything. Back then, I think you could probably mention the program you were on, but you'd always have to end it with, "But it's on another network." So
yeah. So maybe that's what it is. Okay, yeah.
Everybody knew what the other network was, but you just
I was like, why? You could just say it, man.
But then, well, if you said it, well, let me reach into my wallet now. I owe you.
I know, right? And that's really the reason is because they don't want to get fined,
Yeah. Well, turning from your red carpet, I also see that you post about like a lot about kickboxing and working out, and how did your interest in that all come about?
Well, I used to when I was a lot younger. We'll say I what you call it. I used to the box with a few of my friends and stuff like that, and something to do. And then after like years, I took a long gap in between where I didn't do anything. And a friend of mine who was an actor, he was actually in the military at previously, and he used to box in the military. I think for the Marines, while he was in the Marines. And he managed a gym down in Lower East Side. And he told me, "Hey, you can come by anytime. And then if I'm working or whatever, let's do a class. You can do one of the classes and, and train a little bit with them." So I went there, and it was all professional women boxers.
Wow.
In the class with me. So I'm sitting there, and I mean, and we weren't sparring or anything, but it was like it was the workout. And then we were, I forget the padding that the guy has. He had the whole suit on, and he's getting us to punch, but it was a lot of working out and like burpees with boxing gloves on. It was crazy. So it was but it was something I always liked. I've always been like a combat sports fan.
Okay.
And I really like I've done Krav Maga, I've done the kickboxing, like probably saw, and boxing has always been something I was into. Now I'll tell you this: after the first boxing workout, I was not ready. I wasn't in shape, and we were trading information like Instagrams or whatever. I was and so I'm holding the phone, but my hand is shaking because I'm so tired. I had nothing left. And she told me, she said, the person I was getting her Instagram, when we traded Instagram, she was like, "What? Why is your head shaking?" She probably thought I was nervous, but I was like, "Nah, it's just
probably. Why can't I send anything here? Why can't I press the button?" Right?
I can barely lift my arms. Like, workout.
Let me put this thing on the table so I can get some stability here. Oh man! So
but
it must have taken you a long time to recover from that, right? Until you kind of simmered down.
I'm one of those people that like I've failed miserably. Like I'll fail spectacularly or whatever. But I come back. I'm resilient, so I kept going back, and then now it's like I do it a lot more often. Like I'll box like maybe 2 or 3 times a week.
Oh wow!
But
at the same place that you were a while ago.
Sometimes there's another spot that's closer to me or whatever. That's not in the city. But I mean, they both pretty much the same and everything. But I like the people there, and I like where it's down in Overthrow. But I like what they stand for. I like, the people there are really cool and they're supportive. And it's not like a thing where anybody's trying to show somebody up, which sometimes you get that. And the only thing is like I have to be careful because this is still the moneymaker. You can't I can't I want my nose changing up.
No.
So
no.
A friend of mine, he teaches a Muay Thai class, which and he's been trying to get me to go to that, which I will eventually, because but he was telling me about it's more of a community. And I've the last 2 films, I worked on 2 films this past year, and both of those had former or active MMA fighters.
Wow.
One of which he just had his last fight in his career, they're amazing. Like they were telling me, one of them, he was telling me about there's like this ankle hold, and I was like, yeah, I'm not, because he does like a Brazilian jiu-jitsu. So
okay.
He's like, I could just take your appendages and just snap them and do this, and he's telling me how to do it, and I'm like, oh,
okay.
But it was just nicest guy in the world, though.
Oh yeah.
Nicest guy in the world.
Well, I mean to him that is just, that's average commonplace. That's
it's technical.
Yeah, that's the stuff that's in his house, his wheelhouse. It's just everyday life to him. Yeah,
he teaches, and he I've seen, like, he does amazing stuff. It's Chris Dempsey is one of the guys, and he does amazing stuff as far as teaching with the kids and stuff like that. But
okay. So like having like that boxing background, kickboxing, and all of that must lead to maybe some opportunities for offers for those kind of roles in like films.
Well, 2 things. It has helped me in a situation before for films and everything, because it's something it's a skill. You can a skill that you can tell when somebody knows how to do it and when they don't.
Yeah.
Like you can fake it a little bit, but it's like one of those things that's like over time. It's like playing a piano or something like that.
Yeah.
But mainly what I was trying to do when I first started also was I struggled with my weight, and I wanted certain types of roles. And I actually missed out on a role because I was not in the right shape for the particular role.
Oh, okay.
And so it was one of those things where it's like, I'm not gonna let that be the thing for me.
Right,
You
right,
know what I
right.
mean? And actually I was working my way up to I went for a role that I didn't get. And that's sort of what kickstarted. I was like, you know what? I wanna work on that. And then I was like, you know, because also, you know, I want to be able to do things. Like, you know, I still want to be able to run. My, you know, my ankle's a little bit shaky, but
I can
but I still want to kind of, you know, get out there
I can
sometimes.
I can still put one foot in front of the other, even though the rest of me
Yeah,
hurts like heck, right?
yeah.
Yeah. I'm all good. I'm all good. It's just my knees and my everything down below my waist.
Yeah, I know, right? Anything waist down as far as knees, ankles, and all those, you know,
Yeah.
joints. Wow. But no, but the good thing is feel like I'm holding up a little bit. I played basketball the other day, so I think I can do it a little bit.
Oh yeah. Well, geez, if you can play basketball, you can do anything. I mean, if you can play basketball, there's nothing wrong with anything below the waist, your ankles or your
What you
knees or
call it? They
anything.
the wild thing is like you always get those kids that well, I call them kids, but they're not kids. They're, you know, young adults. But I'm playing against them and they don't know how old I am. So when I tell them, you know, they're like, oh, cause you know, they smack talking like I'm their age, and I'm like,
Oh yeah. Oh, okay, okay, okay.
kid, you're smack talking to grandpa. No, 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 but
Hey, Grandpa, come on over here. Let's go. Let's play a pickup game here today. Do you feel okay? Do you need a cane or a walker to get over here?
yeah, I know, right?
But I,
Like,
but I bet you they either think or they say to you, "I hope that I'm in as good a shape as you are when I'm half your age," right?
I've heard that too, but
Yeah, yeah.
they don't know that when I leave there, I'm taking a nice little bath. Got to soak everything in, you know. No, but it,
So probably your neighbor is saying, "Geez, now I wonder why Isaiah bought that big jacuzzi. What the heck does he need that for? Why does he spend so much time in it? And why does he go out and do his acting work? And when he comes home, we don't see him for like 4 days. What's going on in there? You know?"
yeah, they probably honestly, but the latest role I've been working on, whatever, it requires like actually like being like angry and stuff like that. They probably like that guy. He's going through something, you know. But they know that I act,
Oh
so
yeah, yeah,
if they ever hear anything, the
yeah.
people
Yeah,
around me.
they probably say, geez, Isaiah, he must be going like to water therapy you to work out his problems. He
Yes,
can't talk to anybody, but boy, once he gets in that water, it's like
you
everything just melts. You know, just like what was that? I don't know, with some bath beads or something. Oh, take me away or whatever.
yeah, just you told the cow. It's about the cow going commercials.
Isaiah's being taken away by the jacuzzi
But
bubbles, you know.
hey, I did. I went on a vacation for a wedding, and they had a jacuzzi. It was, you know, it was a jacuzzi out on the rooftop. So I went over to where the jacuzzi was, and that thing was magical. I need one at home.
Oh yeah. Even if it's a smaller version, I mean,
It's
just
just
enough.
a,
Yeah,
it's just a, yeah,
yeah, yeah. Just
relax.
yeah, yeah. Just like well, I don't know if they make them. Probably only for two, right? I mean, I don't think they make a one-person jacuzzi, right?
Oh no, no,
I
it
mean,
was,
if it was a person jacuzzi, they'd call it a bathtub or something,
yeah,
right?
it'd be a bathtub, yeah.
Bring that new bathtub out to my deck there, you know. It'll be just like on the Western shows where they took like a bath once a year and they had the big
Oh yeah,
bucket of water and pouring
and
it
you have to pour it in.
over Grandpa's gray head and get the long sponge brush and the soap and
I know, right? Yeah.
but I digress. I digress again. But uh let's see another post that I noticed. You like to do a lot of sketch comedy. What did it say here?
Oh,
Bragging rights. I see you post an awful lot about bragging rights. So Tell us
Yeah,
all
that
about
was
that, and let's see, what was it? Bragging rights? Yeah, bragging rights. How did that get all started? And I mean, just into sketch comedy, to begin
um
with.
I what you call it? I honestly I did a lot of stuff with bragging rights and everything. They were it's a comedy sketch comedy troupe. They still do stuff in at the asylum, and I haven't done any shows with them recently, but they are it was I met so many good people. I actually started doing it because a friend of mine wanted to include me on the show, and so she
Ooh.
was like, she was I knew her from Tap NYC, and
Mhm.
we had done some sketches there, and she was like, "You'd be good for this," and she got me in it. And really, I just started because I wanted to hang out with my friends who all are actors,
Right.
you know,
Right,
and
right,
it ended up being fun. Like I had never done any comedy, especially that sketch comedy because it's
yeah,
very
yeah.
like nuanced and everything. And I ended up going to UCB and Magnet Theater and training with them.
Okay.
Some of these people are hilarious, and you instantly know that person is going to do well in
Yeah,
comedy.
yeah, yeah.
I feel like for me, I dabble in the comedy and stuff like that, but and Eddie Murphy is definitely he's
I'm
my
not worthy. I'm not worthy when it comes to that guy. Yeah.
I think he's so talented. I wish you never know. I might get a chance to work with him, and that would be amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
But
that might be in you, but it hasn't come to the surface yet. That's happened a lot.
oh yeah, like
People.
and to be real with you, a lot of the time while I was there, I was studying and learning just by watching, because a lot of them are just stand-up comedians, and
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
they're really sharp with their stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I
Yeah.
learned
Yeah,
from
they're
them,
right
and
on point. Yeah.
yeah, like
Yeah.
Chris Guardino, Maureen Toomey, like they all taught me a whole bunch, and they're hilarious just to be around, just having a
Right.
conversation.
Right. And
I think
that kind of rubs off on you when you're around those kind of people.
I think I was funnier, yeah. No, no, but we what you call it? We have a good time whenever we're
Uh-huh.
around each other. So
Well, that's what you got to keep thinking, that you're funnier than everybody else, and then you will be. Because you know you are. Let's put it
yeah.
that way.
No, but it's always a good time. It was so many sketches where you'd be on set, I mean on stage, and it'd be something that we did in rehearsals, and
Yeah.
somebody always does something that was not rehearsed or does it in a way where it's like so hard not to laugh. I've never cracked on stage. No, that's a lie.
I was going to
I've
say
never cracked on
never,
stage.
never. I mean, you
I
got at
well, I
least
have
one.
like it was maybe once or twice, but
Okay.
I always do this. I find a way to like hide the fact that I'm laughing. Either you grit your teeth and like,
Yeah. Why is Isaiah bleeding from his mouth? Where's half of his tongue?
or I'll do like the like the turn away if I can do it. But
Oh
usually
yeah. 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 No,
it's
that's
so hilarious
that's a
though.
classic. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a lot of stuff that people you realize and that's one of the things that I miss because it's more like theater when you
Mm.
have a lot of people together working
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's like that with TV and film too, but I'd say it's more like that maybe with film, the camaraderie and stuff like that.
Okay.
TV sometimes it's like bang bang, get it in, get it out, get it done,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
you don't get a real good chance to actually get to know people as much until there's like the downtime, like lunchtime and things like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
there's always time.
Oh, there is. There always is. Yeah. Well, you were saying before that you were, excuse me, you never really did like any comedy or anything. Uh, say any plays that you've done. Uh,
Oh yeah.
have you ever done comic plays? Like say like a Neil Simon Plaza Suite or something like that.
The last play that I did was like one of those tongue-in-cheek kind of comedies. It
Okay.
was inappropriate relationship, and it
Okay.
was with Marcy Lovitz, I think, wrote it, and that was she gave me an opportunity to work with like some really seasoned actors and stuff like that, and stage actors, and
Okay.
they helped me through. Joan Kane directed it, and
Uh-huh.
uh, it was it was a lot of fun and a lot of learning. I always look at it as an opportunity to learn from all these other actors and stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Luckily, I've been in a room with a lot of actors that are uh far further ahead along with their careers, and I can learn from them. You
Right,
know,
right, right, right.
so that's
Right.
always good.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, that's definitely good. Yeah. Well, they're sort of like say like a mentor to you, right? I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
probably they've given you advice, right? I mean, like
Oh
career
yeah, most
advice
definitely.
or
Yeah,
kind of tweak this or tweak that a little bit, and what you're
yeah.
doing. Yeah, yeah.
Like one of the and one of the first things that no, it just always little things, whether it's like the way I'm turned out on stage, or do this or whatever, just tips on projecting your voice and diction and stuff like that. That's
Right,
all. But it's things that, because I didn't go to like an NYU school, or I may not have been taught that at that time, and I'm learning basically real time.
right.
And hopefully I never stop, because I don't think you ever get to a point where you stop.
No, 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 no. You always. My father always used to say, and he lived to a ripe old age, and even at his ripe old age, sometimes he'd say, "You learn something new every day," and it's like, really, you are learning something new every day at the age you are. But I guess it's
It's
true.
true, but it's true. Yeah, it's
You
true.
know, you know.
Like it's okay.
Okay, we've got our third mystery guest waiting backstage that wants to upstage Isaiah. So
I know, right?
we'll let him cool off backstage and have the security take care of him while we finish the rest of this program. Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead. What you were going to say?
No, it's funny how you view it when you view it at a certain age or whatever. When you're younger, you don't realize that, like, what it's going to be like when you're here or whatever. You might think that it's like and it's not. It's like I feel just the same way as I did when I was like 20. And as
Oh
far as
yeah,
up here,
right.
the back and the knees don't cooperate. But yeah.
They don't cooperate any easier when you get older than that either. So a bit of future advice.
Yeah, I'll be taking a lot of those. You know what? You've already given me the key. I need to get a jacuzzi. That's
Or a one-person jacuzzi or a bathtub on your back deck or whatever you got there. Yeah.
we'll just get like a straw and blow bubbles. No, but yeah, it's wild though. Like, you just adding on more and more things and everything. I've been really fortunate to be around a lot of really incredible people, and every once in a while it takes a second. You take a second, you think about it. It's like, I worked with this person. I
Yeah,
worked
yeah,
with this person. And you start realizing, like wow, the odds for somebody from Richmond, Virginia, to be here now in
yeah,
the New York area, working on New York shows and
yeah,
films.
yeah, yeah,
That's something to be grateful about, though. It is.
yeah. Well, it was meant to be, right? Like they
Yeah.
said, what's meant to be is meant to be. So that was in your future. You didn't know it at the time back then, but that was definitely in the cards for you. Yeah.
The wild thing I always look back on is my best friend's her grandmother years ago. Her Oma was like, she said, you should be on TV. She said it to me, and I was like, and it was wild, because I was like, this is before I started acting.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, well, thank you. I thought it was like, I was like, oh, she's being nice.
Yeah. 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 As grandmas always are. Yeah. Right. Right.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, sure.
See, she's seen something in you years ago that you didn't see until years later, or
Yeah,
or that you didn't know until years later. Let's put it that way.
exactly. And
Yeah,
that's why I always look back at it and I'm like, okay, Omar started this.
yeah,
She
yeah.
said it all.
And
Okay.
I bet you years ago when she said that to you, I bet you didn't realize it at the time, but I bet in the back of her mind, she knew that you were going to be in films, which is a nice segue into my next question. Um, Murder, Final Cut, and Snatched. I see that you posted about.
Oh,
So, Let's see. Have you had the same amount of work like in films as you do like in TV, sketch comedy,
Oh,
stage, or is there one more than the other that gives you more work?
it's weird because I really do pivot from one thing to another. Like obviously we had New Amsterdam that would come up, and that's been for like 5 seasons,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah,
been
yeah.
steady. And then you have now that the show has ended, it's on Netflix. Check it out.
Hey,
But
hey,
now that the show
no,
is
there's no shame in plugging. That's what the show is all about. It's all about
but
you. It's all about the plugs. Have at it, Go wild on it. I don't mind. It's on
but
YouTube. Like I says, YouTube lives forever.
it is.
Yeah.
But the good thing is that um being able to do multiple things and everything, you can pivot to doing something else. Um, I've actually incorporated a lot of them together. So film, I love film. I love doing film. I love TV too, but I
Mhm,
love
mhm.
film just a little notch more, just because I've always been a person that watched a lot of movies.
Yeah. Well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I actually got an opportunity to work on the most recent one. Um, I remember all three of the ones you said,
Yeah.
but the
Yeah.
most recent one is we're doing is a film called Bastard Sons, and it's got so many uh incredible actors. Like there's and I was brought on there from a film that I did years ago called Meet Mario. And one of the actors there, we had really like kind of clicked, and he was like, "Hey man, come be a part of this film over here."
Cool.
He asked
Cool.
me, "Do you still make beats?" So I started off, I was going to be the composer for the film.
Okay.
And which was great. I was happy. I was like, because I like scoring films. So I
Okay.
scored the film. It was actually only like my second or third film scoring. So I got to score the film. And he noticed in one of the emails, because I have my like links to my reel and stuff like that. He noticed that it was in there. He was like, "You act?" And this is a completely a different guy, the one of the other producers. And they wrote me into the film. I
Oh,
can't
wow.
tell you exactly what I'm doing because it'll ruin the
Well,
story, but it was amazing though, just being around them. And I love everything about film, the special effects, the hair and makeup. They had an amazing hair and makeup artist.
yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
and it was just everything about it. I got to work with Al Sapienza.
Oh,
That
wow.
doesn't happen all the time,
No,
so
no, no. Few and far
yeah, like
between. Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
film's gonna be incredible. But they should be doing like it should be released sometime this summer, I think they're
Oh,
looking
I
for.
was just going to ask you when it might be released. Okay. Okay.
And it should be on all the streaming platforms and stuff like that. I'm
Okay.
kind of excited about it because
Okay.
because I've seen it, and seeing your work up in the theater is kind of because they had a private screening, but seeing it up there is kind of like, wow. And you see how many pieces come together to make something so
Right.
this product,
Right. Right. And like you were saying before that they wrote you into that film, that happens a lot of times. Like if the acting community knows that your work is good,
Yeah.
they'll call you back.
And honestly, I'll tell you this: the segue to acting, and I'm not trying to like throw dirt on the music industry, but it's a lot more, in my what I've seen, is a lot more competitive and cutthroat in some ways.
Hmm.
With acting, I feel like just the people make it more. No, don't get me wrong, it's competitive,
Oh yeah,
but the
well
people are
naturally,
much
yeah, everything's
more.
competitive, right?
Yeah, yeah. But the people are much more likely to help somebody else, or hey man, let me take you under my wing and to teach you this
Right,
thing.
right, right, right.
um Even if it doesn't work in the moment, maybe it'll click later on, and it actually can help the person later. And actors are some of the good actors. What I would say are good actors are the people that are are more warm, just naturally, and so
Hmm.
it becomes natural to them. They don't have to pretend to be nice or anything like
They
that.
don't have like a hidden agenda or anything.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's the thing that I've really I think that's might be the thing that I like the most about acting is when I see somebody's being genuine and they can,
Right,
because
right,
empathy is such a big part of acting.
right, right,
I
right.
think it's just natural for us to just empathize with each other. Like, oh, wow, you're going through yada yada yada. Let me help you through it, or what can I do to
Yeah,
help you?
yeah,
You know, and it works like that with problems on set. But like something might be off by a little bit, they give you a tip of the pointer. You know, in other industries, it'd be more like, haha, my chance. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's not, you know,
My
and then
way to squeeze in this way. Yeah,
yeah, exactly,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I just love but I love doing films because I'm starting a production company.
Oh, congratulations.
You're really actually, yeah, you're early on this one because
Okay, and
it's
all of those and all of my viewers out there are early on this too. So
oh,
you've got the exclusive right here on my show. So have at it.
but it's called Blue 82 Productions, and
Say that again. I didn't quite.
oh, it's Blue 82 Productions. It's
Okay.
like almost like the football. Everybody does it. Blue 82.
Blue 82. Yeah, yeah.
But that's not why we named it that. But
Okay.
I just really wanted to be
Even though you're a Bears fan, that's not why you named it, right?
no.
Okay, okay. Bears 82, Bears
Now,
82. Yeah.
if we win the Super Bowl, I will rename the company to Chicago Bears. No,
You're
but
gonna, you're gonna have to live up that commitment because now this is on a public medium, so you're locked into them. You can't get out of this now.
Chicago Bears production.
You can't change your mind at all now.
It said so now. But no, but so that's some exciting stuff. We're gonna be producing a couple films we have in the works, and I have a show called 10 Minutes that I do.
Okay.
That it's going to be something we're working on. So it's exciting stuff, and
wow, you got a lot of things going on then. Wow, that's great.
It's, you know what it is. I don't sleep as much as the average person on a regular basis.
I'll let you on I'll let you on a hint. None of us do in this business.
True.
Right.
True.
Right.
Yeah. Now that you say that, yeah, everybody's always up. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know, it's funny because I get around people that I guess non-actors and stuff like that, and sometimes you forget that, and I'm still ready to go, and
Right.
they're like, wait a minute, man, it's
like, my God, where's all your energy coming from? It's like, hey man, it's the magic. You got to feel the magic, right?
But if I get in the car and I'm I'm not driving, I'm in the passenger seat. I could be in any seat. I'm out in like 2 minutes, you know. So weird how that works, though. But
well,
yeah,
I mean, we're going 100 miles an hour the rest of the day. No wonder we crash, right?
yeah, that's probably exactly what it is.
That's why they call it. That's the why they call it a power nap, right? The power nap, the famous power
I can
nap.
sleep for 45 minutes and feel like it's been like 7 years. So yeah, it's wild. Like those are the best naps, you know?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, the short ones, they're the ones that
Yeah.
kind of wake you up the most. I mean, if you're laying around for 10 hours, it's like you're like this for like the rest of
Oh
the day.
yeah, yeah.
Those short power naps, those are the ones that do the
That's
trick.
all I need. It's like charging your phone. Just a little quick charge.
Right, right, right. So you've been talking about like the networks and working on network TV shows. I seen one post where you were standing outside of the building of ABC Studios, and I was just wondering, since you've been on both, NBC and CBS, have you ever worked for ABC? And if you didn't, is that something yet that you'd like to pursue to work for that network too?
I gotta think about it because I can't remember. I can't remember every job, but I think that is the only network, one out of the 3, that I haven't done something.
Okay, okay.
But it would be amazing. I think what I was there for was I can't remember. It was either an audition or was something else like. But it would be amazing just to work with. To be real with you, there's a list I have of people that of networks and people and companies I want to work with. because there's a lot of work out there that I just admire. And
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
the wild thing is New Amsterdam, before I was on it, I actually was looking, I had just seen the promos and I was looking forward to actually just seeing the show. And then I got an audition out of the blue. I didn't even think, I had to figure out what the word pleuroticis was and some other stuff and everything.
Yeah,
But it was a lot of lingo when I was, but it just, to be a part of a show that you actually like to watch,
yes, yes.
kind of like a blessing. But
So you, so
and I got to work with a lot of.
that's right, that's right. So you sort of have to become familiar with a lot of medical terms in addition to learning all your lines, right?
Oh no, I pretty much flopped my way through a lot of it, but somebody told me something somebody told me something that was really important, and they said just enjoy it. And
Oh yeah,
another
yeah.
person told me another person told me it's TV, you just got to say it once.
That's
And,
what that's one
like,
way of looking at it. Yeah, that's
say it once. That's
right.
all
It's
you got to
not,
do.
it's
You
like,
know what it
yeah,
takes.
it's not like a whole 4 week run with a play, right? It's
Yeah, so you
just
put the
once.
pressure on yourself as an actor because you want to be perfect. But those two things helped me a lot. And in the moment, it's hard to shift from panic to or whatever it is if you have that moment or whatever. But it's always cool and just reassuring that you just think about it like just enjoy it. You're on a TV show
I
or you're
know,
on a
I
film or
know.
you're doing your art. It doesn't matter what it is. I'm on your show right now. I'm
That's
enjoying it.
right. That's right. Well, good. I'm enjoying it too. See, I told you you were going to have a good time. I know you believed it, but you don't really, it doesn't really dawn on until you
So
get
you're in
right into
there,
the
yeah.
show. But I predicted that I knew you were going to have a good time. I knew you were going to have a good time.
I just need you to predict that the Bears go to the Super Bowl next year, and then we'll be
I can predict it, but that doesn't mean I'm going to be right.
No, I believe in you.
Well, I don't want to be that committed about that statement then there. Because then if they lose, then we might have to have this interview again, and I might have to eat dirt and say, yeah, I know, I remember, I promised you they were going to win the Super Bowl. So well, if they don't win the Super Bowl, well, uh, or don't get into the Super Bowl, we probably will have to do this again. That's all. Just
We'll just cut it and replay it every single year.
that's all. It's like the ultimate promo. Let's put it that way. The ultimate,
Yeah.
that'll appear on my Instagram stories for years. For years. Yes, he was wrong. He told Isaiah that the Bears were going out. I told you, yeah, but
I put the house and the car up on it.
yep.
Oh man.
But yeah, I just had to ask you about that about ABC because I seen all of your activity with NBC and CBS.
NBC Universal has done a lot of the stuff that I've done and everything has been through them. They've been really good to me. But same thing with CBS when I worked with them for FBI and everything. That was amazing. They gave me my first official close up, I think, on network
Oh
TV.
wow, that's big. If you get a close up on television, that's big.
I did not expect it. I'll tell you that, but I'm grateful for it though. So
that would look well. Probably you have used it, but I'm saying something like a close up like that would look great on a reel. I mean, that would probably be like the ultimate selling point right there.
It's there.
A nice close up.
I had grown I don't grow beards very well, but I keep scruff kind of.
Okay.
But
well, I mean that's in, that is the in look, right?
I was trying to grow a thick beard.
Okay.
For the show, whatever.
Yeah.
It kind of got there. Things don't connect, but it's
hey, as long as you got
a phenomenal job though.
As long as you got in the show, that's all that matters. Doesn't matter how thin or thick it is. I mean, they must have liked that look, otherwise they wouldn't have had you on the show.
And that's the wild thing is like it's a lot of times it's like you push yourself to be the idea of what you think they want, but really what they want is just you. So if you're just being yourself or whatever, a lot of times that shines through more than trying
Well,
to.
I mean, yeah, I mean that's what anybody is looking for. They let's see, what do they say? Like if you do like an audition, well, self-tapes are big these days now.
Yeah,
Like a lot of times you have to accompany a self-tape with a like a slate, and they say the reason for the slate is they want to see you. They don't want to see the actor in the audition tape. They want to see you.
yeah. And I actually I miss some of the I understand, we have to be safe and everything like that, but I miss some of the in-person auditions.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah,
oh
I
yeah,
used to like just being in the hallway with, there's a lot of actors that and you're not
yeah,
being comfortable enough, but it's like, hey, like this
yeah,
is what I do. And you're like,
yeah.
it puts you at ease too when you do your audition. You're like, oh, because you don't feel like alone, or
I
like
know it. I know it. I know it. I
you
know
have
it.
the support right there.
Well,
So
like the only advantage of doing like self-tapes, things like that, is that it kind of prevents from all that extra running around, like from audition to
yeah,
audition.
yeah,
Like if you have an audition, maybe an hour apart, and one audition takes longer than the other, you got to rush to get to the next one. And sort of
yeah.
like with this here, you can do a bunch of self-tapes and send them all out and wait for whatever.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna go back to
I don't
the
think so.
before. Well, because they would have to. I mean, there's something to be said about being in a room with somebody and feeling that energy that
Yeah,
you.
yes, yeah.
But I don't think that's worth it enough to them to like rent out floors of
No.
skyscrapers and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Well, especially say like if somebody's auditioning and they have an audition, maybe halfway across the country, and you
Yeah,
want to try out for it. I mean, certainly,
that's the benefit. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, they can get auditions from people no matter how far away they live. I mean,
yeah.
that's probably
Atlanta does a lot of self tapes and stuff like that. I mean, honestly, that's the reason why. Uh, like I'm really happy they do have self tapes and stuff like that as often as they do, because it just gives you so many more opportunities. You can audition for something in Canada, LA,
right,
and it's wild. So
right.
it's a
In fact, one time, uh, when I was out in Los Angeles several months ago there, I what was it? Seen on one of the casting websites for one of these programs. I won't mention what kind it was, but anyway, they allowed self tapes, to be sent in. That's all they did. And so I was only going to be, in the area for maybe, a short time. And so I was able to audition for them. And I was in my hotel room and I sent the audition. And now, you know, when else could you do that if it wasn't for self-tapes, So you do the audition, you send it in, you leave your hotel room, you go out and do what you have to do the rest of the day. And I mean, something like that works out fine, something like that.
honestly, as long as they can see you and it's not distracting or something like that, whatever works.
I know it. I know it. I know it. Yep.
But it's just this is a really fascinating industry, and that's the reason. One of the things I think the most about it is that you never have days that are just like a repeat necessarily.
No, I agree. Yeah, everything's always different. Every day's always different, Some days you might be more active than other days, but like they say, it just goes with the territory. That's all. So
yeah, true.
Yeah, feast or famine. So
it's funny because it always seems like when I do need the break, and I guess it hasn't registered in my mind that I need a break. It's like the industry just automatically gives me a break. So now I don't look at it as like a bad thing necessarily, that things are a little bit slower, or when they pick up. Like tomorrow, I'm working tomorrow on something that's pretty cool. And but when I have the time of just rest and recharging or whatever,
right.
I actually look at it. The industry, it kind of does it for you.
It
If
does.
you just, like, take advantage of that time and say, oh, or have something else to do. Like with me, I'm gonna gift myself my birthday. I'm releasing some new music for my birthday.
Okay. Happy birthday.
Oh well, no, it's far off a little, but thank you.
Well, happy birthday in advance.
Yeah, I'll save it. Thank you. But what you call it? And by the time by the time it gets around, I want to release some new music, and as a gift to myself, and obviously I'm going to share it with everybody else.
Oh, okay.
But I wouldn't have been able to do that if I wouldn't have had some downtime.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. That's right. So,
I kind of value it now. So
right. So you can put all your focus in that while you're downtime from everything else. Yeah.
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 I mean, but realistically, the downtime still also included me like starting this business. So, so it was kind of downtime, but like, yeah, something like that.
Hey, I mean, there's nothing wrong with being ambitious. So,
Yeah. Hey,
you know,
either way,
you got to fill in the gaps the best that you can. And in your case, you filled the gaps with more things that you're good at. So it all came out good in the end anyway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
A couple things I'm bad at too, because I went I tried doing some things like that I was bad at, and I'm still bad at them. So
Well, we all got stuff that we're bad at them. So that's
but I like trying. Like I'm gonna go bowling. And
oh
now
God, I haven't been bowling for years, so I'd probably bowl a one, probably.
that's one pin more than me. No.
I'd say to them, all you have to do is set one pin in the bowl in the aisle there, and let me try to hit it, and I probably couldn't even hit that, you know. So
but it's always fun. That's one of those things. Is like regardless of whether or not you're good or not.
I know it.
It's really about the company you have with you.
That's right. That's right. Just don't put the gutter guards up for me. I don't want to look that bad. You know?
No, it always makes you feel bad if you even think about doing that, because it's like the children are having it's like
that is akin to being an adult and go skiing on the bunny slope, right?
Oh yeah, just a little small one. Look, I did it.
That's right. You know, you can look down and say to the kids, I got this, but don't just don't start skiing, because then you'll actually show how bad you are. But getting back to things that you're really good at, like I was talking about your network work. Like on New Amsterdam, you play an EMT. On FBI, you play like a SWAT team member. So is the majority of the work that you look for, like casting calls on TV, does it more or less gravitate to those areas, you know, like medical, law enforcement, or
I think
you know, are there other areas that you concentrate, but that's the area maybe that you concentrate because there's the most work for it? Or
I think with those two, it was more like just kind of knowing my type. And my manager at the time, she was sending me out for things, because my type is genuinely like a genuine safe protector type of thing. I think that people get that vibe from me.
Okay.
And like, you know, just a decent individual, I guess.
Right.
So that would lend to me being a paramedic, some of the first responders, or
right
in that situation. But I would love to play a character where my identity didn't center around my job.
Okay.
You know, like just like a regular person, whether it be a sitcom or whether it be something else, or whether it be a story based on it. That's the reason why I like film, I guess, is because no one aspect in a film of a character, usually in a film, is what defines them. Like they're you know, unless they're like, that's like the one thing, them being a villain or a bad guy, something like that. But it's always more to explore when the person is layered. You know what I mean? Even though I love doing TV, but you know.
Plus it being multi-layered like that, I mean, you can get a lot more work out of that.
Like
roles, because if you just concentrate on one thing, it's going to limit you to what else is out there. And
like, you know, you probably yourself and any other actor or whatever, it's like we have a lot more that we are capable of.
Yes. Oh, definitely.
We want to show it. Definitely. Like I can be this, I can be that. And because it challenges ourselves to say, okay, well now what keeps it from being boring is having that challenge and saying, hey, okay, now I got to really work to get this one. You know what I mean? And not that you're gonna not have good work ethic, but it's like I've really sometimes you have to step it up. It's like, okay, I really have to I did a lot more research when I had to learn, all of these tacky in the field, or like I said paralysis earlier, and it's like these terms I have no idea what they mean. I looked it up and okay. And so it's like it gives you more homework. So
that's right. Well, we're like you were talking about different roles and layers of the onion and things like that. I don't know how you feel about it, but the only terms that come to mind, like with respect to actors, is that like we're professional chameleons, change on a dime, this role or that role.
That's the second thing I'm stealing. Professional,
but there's proof that it started here first, and who said it first. So because YouTube lives forever.
We'll do it in one of those like how they do pay for by TV. the end tags when they're like
we'll put all of these little snippets of wisdom all together and say Edward S. Redcar's entertainer chat. The wisdom years.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
So,
I like it.
That's right. So, something else I can think of. Okay. I'll write that down and I'll say, let's see. Isaiah says that's a good idea. I'll put in parentheses, that's good enough for me. Period. Okay.
Nice.
Okay. It went right in my camera. Oh, Mr. Utility's trying to upstage you again there, Isaiah.
I know. You just keep making appearances there. Like
I don't know. Someday we're going to have to see what Mr. Utility looks like. It's sort of like remember the old Gong Show with Chuck Barris? They had like the Unknown Comic that came out with like a paper bag over his head and two holes in the side. You never seen that?
No. You gotta let me know.
The Gong. You've heard of the Gong Show?
Oh, the Gong Show. Yeah,
the Gong Show with Chuck Barris, and they'd have and. Do you remember they used to have an act there? They used to come out it was sort of like a recurring act. Every once in a while, this one comic would come out, and he'd come with a 20-pound paper bag over his head with two eyes cut out. And
the Gong Show is before my time, but I know what you're talking about.
Okay, no, but I'm saying oh, now you're trying to make me feel old, right?
No, I'm right behind you. I'm right behind you.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I was just saying that he'd come dancing out with the 20-pound grocery bag over his head, two eyes cut out like that. He'd tell jokes. He'd go off the stage. Nobody ever knew what he looked like. So.
Oh, you know what, though, with that anonymity, we probably have both walked past him.
That's right. They used to say Groucho Marx, if he ever went out in public without all of his makeup, I seen a picture. It was online somewhere.
Well, that's right, because the eyebrows are real, though, right?
Yeah. No, I don't think any of it was real. The eyebrows, the glass, the glass.
Oh, it was attached. That's right.
Yeah, I seen a post one time about him. I don't know where it was online, but it's like they had a side-by-side photo of Groucho Marx and him as his real self. There was no resemblance at all. I mean, he could walk outside his door. Nobody knew that was Groucho Marx. I mean,
but that'd be amazing though if you get that that opportunity just to. I mean, I'm sure you get all the good without the bad.
Oh, yeah.
You can still go to the grocery store, but
That's right. That's right. Everybody gets it. Well, I don't know about these days because it's like paper bags are like out of fashion, so it's like only I mean, they don't ask it like paper or plastic anymore. It's like canvas. Okay, I'll take the canvas. But
oh yeah,
before 20-pound bags used to be a dime a dozen, so anybody could take a paper bag, put it over the head, and be the Unknown Comic. So maybe that's what he did. I don't know.
I know some football teams that had people paper bags over.
But we won't go down that road, I guess.
No.
That's too tempting of a road to go down. Especially especially with the two New York teams that are better than the one, but we won't
Yeah,
differentiate
the
among
one
which
that
one
we
is.
cannot speak of.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. Well, I have had an absolute ball here talking to you today, Isaiah. I mean, I knew it was going to be fun, but I mean, this has been beyond my expectations. It's like we're talking here, like we've known each other all our lives here, joking around and talking.
I almost forgot we're doing an interview. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, thanks for accepting my invitation to the show here today and all
Yeah.
all I mean, it was just fascinating. I mean, all the questions that I had to ask you there. I mean, I just couldn't wait to hear the answers. And I mean, it was just a pleasure having you here on my show today. So
Thank you.
I want to thank you very much. And I don't know if you want to say any closing remarks to my viewers before I take us out of here, or.
Oh, first and foremost, keep tuning in because these episodes have to be all good. I'm just saying the format is perfect and it's fun, But as for me, look out. I guess you can look out for the film Bastard Sons. You can look out for You Follow Me, which is a series about autoimmune diseases, and that's going on. And I have a couple other things I can't really talk about. Blue 82 Productions is coming soon, and I think the website is live. But thanks so much for having me.
Oh, no problem. No. And just to kind of reiterate again, your character's name on New Amsterdam.
New Amsterdam,
play?
I was paramedic. I got an upgrade. Paramedic Durango. I started off. It's funny because I started off with the show. I was EMT Durango, then I became. I had a backstory in my head of what was going to happen with my character.
Okay, that's always good to have a backstory back here.
Yeah, definitely. But paramedic Durango, and on FBI, I believe is SWAT leader Dan.
Okay. I just wanted to leave with those two major plugs right there to get everybody to.
Yeah, definitely check out. They just got New Amsterdam on Netflix, and I think they're up to having season 3 and 4, and the final season should be soon to follow.
Okay. Well, once again, thank you very much for being on my program. Been a pleasure to have you, and I wish you an awesome rest of the day today. You've made my day already here, just talking and joking around with you and getting to be friends with you and everything. So, everybody, my name is Edward S. Redcar, and I'm the host of Edward S. Redcar's Entertainer Chat. Today, I've been speaking with Isaiah Seward of NBC's New Amsterdam and CBS's FBI, among all other things, stand-up comic, musician, and everything in between, and all around good guy, good actor.
Time traveler.
That's right. So until next time, everybody out there, all my viewers, have a good day, a good week, a good month, a good year, and see you next time when I'll have another exciting guest on my show. And until we meet again, have a good day and so long.